Hello everyone, it's Nancy coming to you from the North Woods, and today I would like to show you my August Fauxbonichi flip. As you may not know, I bought a Fauxbonichi style notebook from Barnes & Noble, and I will put the link to the product below. It was only $10, and I also bought this book cover from Barnes & Noble, and it fits really snug. So as you can see, there's no room to spare, and the journal cover is very flimsy, so that's why I have these binder clips here, so that it would keep on curling up and stuff in there. So these don't fit, it doesn't fit all that well with this book. I want to get one of the real Fauxbonichi covers, and they're going to be going on sale soon in a couple of hours, so I hope I get one of them and they work for this. So I started this Fauxbonichi in July, so this is just my second month, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. August started the month off very sad. A dear old friend of mine passed away at too young of an age. She was only 46, so of pancreatic cancer. So that was very sad. I tried to do a drawing of her off of a photo that I had, and so that's how I started out my month. I took sketchbook school, the Seeing one, and one of our teachers was Andrea Joseph. I will put a link to her blog down below. She does remarkable work with ballpoint pens. So this is my rendition of some of the new ballpoint pens that I got, and I drew them with the colors that they were. So it was very interesting to try it out. I want to do more of this ballpoint pen sketching and see where that takes me. Here's a picture of my new file of facts. I got an A5 domino, and it came from the United Kingdom Royal Mail, so I was very happy with that. It's hot pink, so I'm going to be using it as an art journal or planner, showing what I've done, my goals, because it's just too hard to put that type of thing. So I do so much art stuff that it's hard to put that with all the rest of my things, like my household and my husband and my work and all that. So it gets its own planner, and it's hot pink, so I was happy about that. Here's something I found on Facebook, a tribute to my friend Kim that passed away, about people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And she was only in my life for a season, but she changed my life dramatically, and I will always be thankful for her for that. I have a few little statues of birds, and so I was sketching that one day, and then this popped into me about a little bird told me. My grandmother used to say that to me all the time, and I was wondering how she knew I was doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I really enjoy I'm finding my own quotes. I tried to set this up like a regular Fauxbonichi with the moon phase, the date, and the weather, and then I also added in the sunrise and sunset just because. And so I've been finding quotes for myself. So it says, sooner or later we all quote our mothers or our grandmothers. That's what I put in, Ben Williams. So it's amazing how when you search for these things, you can actually find something that's pertaining to what you're doing. So I stayed up too late the night before, and I was very, very tired. So here's a picture of me in my little, you know, pseudo Nancy costume, being an artist and sleeping in my chair. I wasn't really doing that though, but I just drew me sleeping, and then I got fresh beans from the garden, not my garden, but a friend brought them over to me, and excuse me, and so I really enjoyed those. Then it's so odd, you know, how serendipity works. I was trying to think of the last time that I saw Kim, my friend that passed away, and we were trying to think of what year was it that we went down to Irish Fest in Milwaukee, and and I was folding clothes, and I have a whole chest at the end of my bed with a whole bunch of papers and books and stuff that I was organizing earlier this summer. Excuse me. And here was, you know, laying on top was a brochure from that Irish Fest. And so when I opened it up, it was the 25th anniversary of it, and I knew that that was the date, you know, that we spent the whole night talking. They kicked us out of Irish Fest. We stayed there until it closed. So I had a wonderful time with her. And then we met for breakfast that next morning. So that was the last time I saw her, back in 2009, 5 years ago. So that was really something that I was trying to think of when I last saw her, and then all of a sudden this pops up. I sketched outside on this day. It was beautiful out. It was 85 degrees, and so I had some hydrangeas and some wildflowers, and whenever I go outside and sketch, sometimes I stay out too long, and I didn't sketch these. I actually made paintings of these in my sketchbook. So whenever I do a lot of art stuff, we have frozen pizza. So, chore days, did a lot of recycling, shopping. I filmed a couple of videos. I just did a lot of chores on that day. Nothing much to talk about. And then that Sunday morning, it was so beautiful out. It wasn't 83, but that was the high for that day, and I actually took the time to go outside with my coffee and draw in my journal, and it was so wonderful. I just love doing that in the morning, and a lot of times I just sit up there and I push past that and decide to do my housework instead, and I was so glad. It's the first time, August 10th, I did it for the entire summer. Usually I'm out there by in May doing it, but because of all the company that I had with my son and his fiance, and I had to get all sorts of stuff ready for them to stay in my art room, and then my daughter and my grandchildren came up, so I had to move around a lot of stuff, so I didn't get a chance to draw outside as much as I wanted to. And then more recycling, and then we made spaghetti for dinner. And, oh, and here's the quote for today. There shall be eternal summer in the grateful heart, by Celia Thaxter. So Monday, after a perfect day, naturally we're going to have storms, and so we had storms, and a lot of times in rural areas we lose power like all the time. So I always have candles really close to me. I found out that your iPhone can have a flashlight, so we use that a lot. So, and I had just made dinner, and we had tacos. So, can you imagine eating tacos when you can't see anything? So the dog had a lot of food on the floor eating for him. So I had to draw when the lights came back on at 10 o'clock. I drew Ready Kilowatt from my youth. That's what they had, a little light bulb type of man. And then the next day was when we heard that Robin Williams passed away, and here's my terrible sketch of him. It doesn't really look like him much. I'm learning how to do, you know, sketching people. I've been a landscape artist my whole adult life, and so I'm trying to learn how to do that, and I think this was pretty good considering it was in pen. So you know, so I wanted to do a little tribute to him. Sketched my little purple cone flowers out in my backyard. I also took the time, I play several instruments, the piano, Irish tin whistle, the violin, and the concertina, all kind of, oh, and the guitar. And I kind of play them all really mediocre, but I enjoy them. So I love Irish music and folk music and things like that, so that's what I play. The concertina is actually really easy to learn. The violin, not so much. You have to, you know, do things with your fingers, and then on one hand, and then the bow on the other. But it's worth it, totally worth it. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot to learn how to play the violin. Next night, my husband had a meeting in a local town, and so he went into his meeting, and I sat by the gas station where they had free Wi-Fi, and I sketched the sunset, and I learned all about the various types of time management systems. I think this is one is called a chronograph, but I enjoyed reading that. And the next day, Friday, was bill paying night, the 15th. So I just felt like I was overwhelmed with bills, and then I got the stuff ready because we went to the UP State Fair the next day, and I had to get my messenger bag all packed. So here's some of the items I put on there. Looking forward to that. Then we went to the fair on that Saturday, and I ate a whole bunch of brown fried food, and oh, except for the ice cream, that wasn't fried, but the waffle cone was, so I suppose. And it's loaded in fat, boy. I was did not count my Weight Watchers pints that day, but it was a lot of fun. I sketched, saw a baby cow being born, and it was just wonderful. Next day, we went to shopping, and they had all their back to school stuff, so I picked up a few things. When if you see my other video about the UP State Fair, my little sketch crawl, I ended up taking all this stuff, and I ended up only using a few things. So I bought this little pencil case to just put those few little things in there, and I'm going to attach some type of a strap so that I can hang it off my arm, or so that I can have it, you know, just ready with me to write. And I bought myself a couple of 4-colored pens, and then this really cool little looks like camouflage, except it's in hot pink, and it even has a key, little pencil box. So I thought that was really cute. Seems like hot pink is my color this year, I don't know. Next, we had our my violin lesson, and me and my teacher played a duet, and this was my notes, which were very simple, just 4 different notes, and then this was the stuff that she played, which was really fast. So we played a duet. That was a lot of fun, and I recorded it, so I'm learning how to play this part. And it's Pachelbel's. That's what it in D, that thing that they play for the weddings. I had chicken salad for dinner, and when we drove home, there's a lot of that's when we, at dusk or right at dark, we usually see the most animals, so we are always prepared for deer, raccoons, porcupines. We've even seen a bear. this night after my lesson, we went out to eat. We saw 5 deer, 2 big bucks, 2 fawns, and 1 doe, and then a frog running across the street. So he was hopping. We had a fun time looking at him. And the next day, I decided I had taken some pictures of this little cow that had her calf at the UP State Fair. So I painted a picture. I sketched this off of my computer picture. So it was really nice. I enjoyed going to the fair. I wanted to practice it's getting closer and closer to Christmas time, so I'm trying to do my calligraphy. So I would just, everything was a mess from being gone for, to the fair and then shopping and then the violin lesson. So my house was a mess. So I saw this quote from Martha Stewart: "Life is too complicated not to be orderly." And that's true, but I'm not orderly. I wish I was more orderly, but I did a little bit of practice for my calligraphy. And Thursday I was not feeling good, woke up with a pain in the neck. I don't look like that. It looks like that's a teenager. I look more like that from being old. And I was looking for a certain music book and I could not find it. I was throwing everything all over the place trying to look for my book that I wanted to practice and see. Yeah. And then I found my book. I had bought it. I looked it up on Amazon because I was really considering buying it again. It wasn't that expensive. And I looked it up on Amazon and I bought it like right before Christmas. Now, why did I buy something right before Christmas when I knew I wasn't going to be able to learn anything? But I had taken it down to my easy chair that I watch TV, and I have all my art supplies, and it got buried down there because I was looking at the songs and looking at the chords and everything, just trying to familiarize myself with the book. And and there it sat since last December. So it got buried and that was it. And why I buy things like this right before Christmas, and then after Christmas is tax season, and then after that getting ready for the season, the summer season. It's just crazy. Wasn't feeling too well, so I put a Mr. Yuck sign, and then I learned a lot about. I was reading about copyright, about posting things on Facebook and stuff like that. So I wanted to notate that. This was Saturday, and I woke up nice and late, and I slept in, did not make a alarm. And then we got up and we went to town, and I bought myself one of those McFrappes, and we sat there and I watched some YouTubes. We have limits on our bandwidth. That's why I usually only post things on the weekends, because I have to stay up till 12 o'clock midnight to upload them, so that I have free internet between 12 and 5 a.m. So I only do that on the weekends. So, and then I watch YouTubes when I'm out and about, when they have free Wi-Fi other places. Then our car went haywire. All of the electronics were beeping. The speedometer was going around and around. It just was really weird. So we hurried up and came home, so that just in case I could not get the ramp out for my husband, who's in a wheelchair, there would have been somebody here to help me. And so we came home, and I took the car in, and yep, but before that happened, it was a beautiful day. We had a nice time. So then the next day, my husband got sick again. He had 101 fever. I probed and prayed I didn't have to take him to the hospital because we did not have a car. I was hurting my ankle, so I worked on my anatomy class and drew while he slept, and I was being quiet, i.e. not doing housework. So that was, I drew all day. Next day I took the car in, and when I turned on the car, I had the door open and the windshield washers went back and forth. I shut the car door, they stopped. So really queer, all sorts of weird things happening. But I took the car in, and you know, then they're going to fix it. So Bob still wasn't feeling well. So I had cereal for dinner and worked on my anatomy class. Here's a cast drawing, you know, taken from a cast that my husband bought me for Christmas last year. Tuesday, I had a workman's comp audit. My eyes were growing cross because of all the little itty bitty numbers that I had to see. Took out garbage. I was so tired. I took a nap after work, and then I played my violin, practicing. Next day, I was taking Boomer for a walk, and that's our dog, and there was a red squirrel up in the tree, and he was just barking at me. He was so mad that Boomer was you know, we were out there. Bob ate for the first time since Saturday, and this is Wednesday, so hopefully he's getting better. And then I found out what was wrong with the car. It's something to do a control module, so it just reminded me of Star Trek and beamed me up and showing the dollar bills, flying away, and Merry Christmas to the car. And I cooked hamburgers that night. That's what Bob felt like eating, but he only ate a half of it, so the other half went to the dog. So he was really happy about that. And here's the quote for this day. I'm living so far beyond my income that we may almost be said to be living apart. E. Cummings. So my car is going to cost oodles of money to get it fixed. What are you going to do? Labor Day weekend, yay! Friday, I couldn't believe where does the summer go. They gave me, since the car has taken so long to get it fixed, they gave me a loaner. It's purple car, to match my purple purse, but Bob can't get into it because it's not handicapped accessible, but at least I can go to the store. Then after at night we had a really bad storm, and the trees were just you know, bending over like that, and poor Boomer is so afraid. He tries to hide in you know, any place that he can. So here he is under a chair thinking that it's going to protect him. So here's my quote for that day. If it's not one thing, it's another, from Rosanna Dana, Saturday Night Live. And Saturday, figured I better start cleaning something. And we decided, since it was a week ago today that Bob started getting sick, that it has to be this new drug that he's on. So we're going to call the doctor on Tuesday, but he's not going to take this drug anymore until he talks to the doctor. And he's still sick, and this is, you know, Sunday night. So I did some work in my art room, and I bought a new case that's pink for my stuff for my Filofax. Here it is right here. You probably see, everybody seems to have these things. I bought some pads, and here's all my stuff, my stickers, pad, Coletto pad, you know, Smashbook stuff, you know, all sorts of flags. I even made some washi tape things out of my credit cards, so I was proud of that. So that came in the mail at Amazon today. And then today, or on Friday, and I messed with it yesterday. And then today it was still raining, kind of crappy out, and so I drew the dog sleeping away. And that is my August Fauxbonichi. I hope everyone else had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. We have one more day left, and it's supposed to be raining here, but that's okay. I want to work in my art room. So until next month, or I'll probably be doing another different type, but I'll share my September Fauxbonichi with everyone, or a Fauxbonichi, and hopefully I have a new cover on my Fauxbonichi that I got from the actual Fauxbonichi store. I'm looking forward to getting on the internet and ordering it tonight. So, as probably many of you are too. Take care, have a wonderful rest of the Labor Day weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.